All right. I think we're back. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but you know, when you go live, you experience certain things like this. And listen, this is what we do. AB is in the building. We thank you for still continue to stay on for this show for tonight. And listen, we have a conversation we want to have with you guys on this evening. Listen, I know that you're tired of all the talk about election. And you know what? I'm tired of it too. So I'm so glad that we have taken time to come back to what we're here for. So I'm thankful that you guys taking your time to join us, taking time out of your busy schedule to have this conversation. So as I often say in my opening monologues, I want to get right into our conversation on tonight. So as many of you are aware, if you follow this channel, HeSpoke Fashion seeks to foster meaningful discussions surrounding fashion, relationships, and faith, recognizing their significant influence on our daily lives and their potential interconnections. They're interconnected. Consider this. Every outfit you choose to wear, it carries the possibility of sparking a new relationship. Now, this is due to the fact that quite often, one's sense of fashion serves, get this, as a benchmark for how others perceive attractiveness. Now, with this perspective, we can recognize how individuals utilize fashion as a powerful instrument to attract attention, provoke conversation, and cultivate respect and confidence. Now, a quote comes to mind. It says, "Once you dress for success, the success will come," which, in my opinion, intimates that fashion produces success, or at least it contributes to your success, or is a contributing factor in obtaining success. Wouldn't you agree? Now, both men and women alike use fashion because, as we have often said here on HeSpoke Fashion, we've often said this, that fashion gives you an advantage. That's right. Now, what occurs when different opinions arise regarding, get this, acceptable and appropriate fashion choices between, let's say, two individuals that are considering a union or exploring a romantic relationship? Now, in those instances where a man disagrees with the fashion preferences of his significant other or potential partner, does he have the right, get this, I want you to hear me close, guys, does he have the right to voice his perspective? Now, this intriguing question will serve as the focal point of our discussion tonight, which I would like to title this title, asking a question. Can men have a say-so in how their women or their woman dresses when they go out? Now, I know right away, now that's a little play on the thumbnail there, that there may be some thoughts expressed during this conversation that many may or may not agree. And therefore, AB, do me a favor, share our disclaimer with our audience, if you will. All right. Now, believe it or not, unresolved questions such as these can lead to significant damage or even irreparable harm in relationships. Now, if you are a man, and this is, I want to talk to black men and my brothers out there. Now, if you are a man contemplating romantic involvement, if you're ready to date in the near future, it is important that you engage in this discussion, this one we're having tonight, because I will be addressing questions and reading comments aloud throughout the duration of the show. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, please be prepared. Be prepared, all right? Now, guys, what would you do if you, storytime music, AB, please. Now, fellas, let me ask you this question. What would you do if you encountered a stunning black queen? I'm challenging here my Dr. Umar Johnson voice. But you summoned the confidence to approach her, this young lady, this queen, in hopes of initiating a conversation that could lead to a future date. Right? You step up to the plate. Now, as you approached her, your motivation stemmed from her captivating appearance, complemented by outfits that you found particularly appealing. Now, her appearance, in the words of Jules LeBron, was very demure, very mindful, and very cutesy. And you know what? That drew you in. Now, from that initial meeting, several dates emerged, each seemingly affirming your belief in the potential for a wonderful, lasting relationship. However, one observation stood out. So you noticed that with each subsequent date, the fashion choices of this captivating individual became increasingly bold and risque. Now you decide that on Sunday, you will finally invite her to join you for church, allowing her to meet both your church community and your biological family. Now, when she arrives, she is dressed in an outfit reminiscent of this beautiful sister right here. Now, AB, please stop the music. Now, what would your response be? Now, before you answer, allow me to share a brief commentary from, I think his name is, it's a comedian by the name of, I think his name is, I want to say Shula King. So I want to play this clip from comedian Shula King regarding this attire that you just saw. Let's watch.
Anybody want to tell me just what in the blessed creatures is going on here? This is the age-old question. You know, is this type of attire, you know, form-fitting attire, is it appropriate for church? Is it okay to go in the house of the Lord, you know, where with this, you know, showing all your voluptuousness? Is it? I'm reserving my opinion. Matter of fact, I don't even have one. Y'all comment. Hey, say what you want to say. You know what I mean? Hey, you know, some things may serve as a distraction. That's what a lot of people would say. It is what it is. Maybe so. I don't know. I really don't. I know how I came up. I grew up in old school church where the ladies they didn't play that. Nobody, you wasn't about to come up in there any kind of way. You had to put on some decent clothes to come in the house of the Lord. You put on the best you had. You don't have to spend money on clothes you don't have, but you got to come with, there was a standard of decency when it came to the church. And when people started coming to the church, you know, kind of a little risque, I remember the older women in the church was talking about it. Anybody?
All right, guys. Now, that comedian Shula King is hilarious, all right? Shout out to that comedian Shula King. Follow him on all platforms, all right? But having viewed the clip and heard his commentary, it is evident that while he may have had his own opinions about this, he did not express his sentiments in their entirety. Instead, he offered enough grace to allow viewers to form their own opinions regarding the woman's attire. I'm glad he did that. So while you may not share the same perspective, there are individuals who have been courageous enough to express their opinions on that matter in particular, as exemplified by the woman in this particular case. And so, for instance, Frida Davis, 1191, says, "There's a time and place for everything." That's true. This commenter, Mario World 9261, says, "Modesty is 100% spoken of in the Bible when it comes to how to dress in and out the church." Now, I must say you have to have read the Bible to know that. Another commenter said, if she's wearing this to church, what does she wear at the Polecat Lounge? Okay, the Polecat. If she wear that to church, okay, I get you. Now, this commenter says, if stumbling block was a person. Now, guys, listen, I would like to pose a question to the ladies that are viewing this discussion. Now, the esteemed Mrs. Champion, that last commenter, has made a significant statement that warrants further exploration. Now, when you attend church, do you ever consider whether your attire might serve as a distraction or, as she said, a stumbling block for others? Or do you primarily focus on your own spiritual needs and your own desires? Now, that's just a question, right? I want you to ponder that throughout the show. This commenter shared, elders in my childhood used to say dress to be admired, not desired, especially in the sanctuary. Now, you know what, AB, that could be a t-shirt. Don't you think? Wouldn't that be a nice t-shirt? Yeah, something like this one. Listen, I'm not one to design t-shirts, but I think it looks pretty good. I would like to purchase one of those. Wouldn't you? Kroger, wouldn't you wear that? You would wear that. Returning to my earlier question, ladies. Now, do you consider whether your attire might serve as a distraction or an obstacle? Now, for some of you, if you are seated among the congregation, this may not be a significant concern. However, let's hypothetically consider the situation in which you are not among the congregants, but instead positioned on the platform. Would this change your perspective? Now, if this were your Sunday, for instance, to take the lead singing role, it's your song, you about to sing the juice out of this song. Now, would you reconsider your decision if you were going to be singing lead that Sunday morning? In other words, would this be you on that Sunday morning? Roll the clip.
And God ain't pleased. How they gonna celebrate Jesus when that thing thinking? They trying their best not to look at her. Look, he got his whole face blocked. He trying to look at Pastor. He would not look to the left. Look, that's right. Look toward the hill which cometh your help. Look at that thing over there. Look. Oh, wait a minute. No man, he done look. He had to get a little peek in. We got to go back to choir robes, or you gonna have to sing. You got to sing behind the choir stand. But they up there struggling. Let's go back to choir robes. There ain't no way I'm celebrating Jesus when that thing out there like that. God bless you, ministers.
All right. Now, that's funny. That comedian Alton Walker, follow him on all platforms if you haven't already. But listen, he said you got to look to the hills. Listen, look to the hills from which cometh your help. Now, having reviewed this clip, I understand that some of you may perceive no issues with it. You don't have any issues. While others may hold a differing opinion. Like this commenter who shared, nah, she out of order for wearing that. Shaking my head. Folks need to learn appropriate attire for leading worship. Now, this commenter believes that this is appropriate for this reason. This commenter says, this dress means she going to brunch after church. Now, listen. Now, Alpha say you got to dress for where you going, right? She's the brunch. Listen, Lexi from Lexi Television. Shout out to Lexi. You guys remember Lexi. But Lexi says, choir robes are necessary. Some occasions may call for the old robe. Now, this commenter says, these men are trying to keep their flesh under control. And here comes temptation. Please go back to choir roles. Wow. Look, I mean, the men were trying their best. Trying their best. What'd you say, Grogu? You would like to know the name of this church and which Sunday she's going to be taking lead? Wow, Grogu, just wow. Look. What'd you say? What's that, Grogu? Oh, you're single and looking. Okay, well, hey, it's hard. It's hard to argue with that, my friend. You're single and you're looking. Hey, they said that you can find you a good woman in the church. Amen. Listen. I trust that the majority of you will be able to adapt. If that were you would know what would be appropriate and what would be inappropriate. However, for those who may struggle with this adjustment, I got a question for you. I posed the following question. The individual who extended the invitation requested a change from you, how would you respond? Now, he comes to pick you up, he invites you, and you show up, and he sees you in the parking lot, and he says, hey, wait a minute. Do you at least have a jacket? Something like that. Now, there exists a segment of black men who may feel that your response, now hear me close, guys, does not invite opinions that differ from your own. Now, this perception is reinforced by examples such as the one illustrated in this clip.
Should he have any control over what you wear when you go out?
Oh, hell no. No.
See,
No.
If Shawty wears something a little too bit revealing, you heard me? I should have a bit say so just because, like, you were a reflection of me.
No.
If that makes sense.
No. I walked out here in this mini
feminine
skirt.
shit.
Right, because I'm a woman of 2023.
No,
and I feel like
she look good.
women can wear what they want to wear.
Look,
I shouldn't have to talk to my husband about wearing what I should wear, you know?
You fine like someone, but at the same time, also be respectable and respect your husband, you heard me?
If I want to wear a bralette, I can wear a bralette out. I shouldn't have to ask for permission. I shouldn't ask for permission.
No thing on, just titties out.
I'm not saying my titties out.
We breaking up.
He's saying if I wear a bralette and underwear. That's what I'm saying. I know. A man should not be able. A man should not be able to tell a woman what she should and should not wear. It's 2023. If there are flying cars, that means men cannot tell women what they should wear.
Go back to 1993.
That's serious.
Let's see what
That's on
happens.
anything. You should not be able to tell me what I have to wear. That's not, no.
Should he have any?
All right. Listen, I want to hear your thoughts on the intriguing statement made by this young man when he suggested that his date is a reflection of him. Now, do you agree with this perspective? Should the woman you are dating serve as a reflection or representation of you? Ladies, let me ask you, when you are asked out on a date, should your focus be on mirroring your date, representing them, or rather on how you authentically reflect and represent yourself? I want to hear from you. But now I want to pivot to the remarks made by the young woman in the clip. Now, her statement, and I quote, "Women should wear what they want to wear. I should not have to talk to my husband about wearing what I want to wear." And that quote, that comment merits significant attention. Now, that statement, is this appropriate here? My body, my choice, my body, my clothes. This perspective underscores the importance of personal autonomy and self-expression and raises critical questions about societal expectations surrounding women's attire. But wait. Listen, I'm not certain if you all caught this, but I would like to draw your attention to a noteworthy distinction. She is now referring to this man as her husband instead of her boyfriend or a significant other. Now, my question for you all is whether this change in terminology, this change in role holds any significance. Does it matter that he's her husband and not her boyfriend? Now, for those of you who argue that it makes no difference at all, let us compare then her statements with those of the woman that is featured in this next clip. Let's watch.
About what his woman wears?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
If you go out here, women,
Oh my God.
if you go out here looking like a floozy, don't be like, oh my God, when somebody treats you like a floozy. All right. And if you have a man and he's allowing you out the house looking any kind of way, he really truly don't care about what you look like. This woman, if she wears something more revealing than I accept, I'm gonna say something. I put my foot down, and I'm not gonna hesitate. And don't you hesitate either, boys. You better put your foot down. Don't let your woman walk out the house looking like a whore. Like,
how do you feel as his wife about his opinion?
I feel like his opinion is very valid. I respect it, and I think it is 100% correct. Like,
I got a modest one.
You dress how you want, what kind of attention that you want. And I feel like, as a woman, I don't like a lot of guys always coming at me and saying things sideways to me. So I'm not one of those women that loves that kind of attention.
All right. You guys saw the clip. Now, I understand that some of you may have strong opinions regarding her husband and his comments, some of which I find as well unacceptable. However, it's important to recognize that this is often a consequence of engaging in diverse perspectives. Nevertheless, my primary focus is on the insights expressed by his wife. Now, she suggested that one's attire is influenced by the type of attention one seeks. Now, let's examine that frame of thought. Now, ladies, is it accurate to claim, now, help me out, that the way you dress directly affects the type of attention you receive? Now, does this imply that your intention is to attract a specific kind of attention? Let me hear from you in the chat, and I intend to respond to each comment. Moving on. Now, this commenter appears to agree with the wife when they said, as a woman, I know that if I dress provocatively in public, that will bring a lot of unnecessary attention to myself. The way you dress is how people view you. Very interesting. This commenter appears to address her husband, I'll call him White Mike, when he says, they would say it's controlling, bro. You're right about that. Now, listen to the way the commenters raved about the wife here in this clip. This commenter says, wow, he is one of the lucky ones. Another commenter said, she's a keeper, man. Good luck. Happy marriage. This is from Gerard Butler. Man, Gerard Butler comment. Oh, this commenter says, this man got himself high-value woman. Shout out to the late Kevin Samuels. I know he didn't say this, but that high-value woman came directly from the late Kevin Samuels. This commenter says, he is so lucky. He found a rare one. Cherish her, king. Now, guys, why do you think this amount of praise for this woman opposed to the woman in the last clip? Now, could it be the fact that even after her husband's awful way of framing his argument, she remained cooperative as well as pleasant? Now, we will find our answer and more after this, because it is now time to share my final thoughts. All right, thank you all for sticking around to hear my final thoughts. Now, Family, I just want to clarify that my intention is not to create discord between men and women, but rather to propose a constructive solution. So in that context, I have identified several points in the last clip that, in my humble opinion, present a viable resolution. Now, I am uncertain if you noted them, so AB, let's revisit that segment of the clip. Let's watch.
Where something more revealing than I accept. Oh, I'm gonna say something. I put my foot down, and I'm not gonna hesitate. And don't you hesitate either, boys. You better put your foot down. Don't let your woman walk out the house looking like a whore. Like,
how do you feel as his wife about his opinion?
I feel like his opinion is very valid. I respect it, and I think it is 100% correct. Like,
I got a modest one.
You.
All right. I had to take a sip. A little thirsty here. All right. So in that clip, amidst the husband's ramblings, there was a noteworthy piece of insight that may have gone unnoticed by many viewers. Now, however, a few comments indicate that some individuals did recognize its significance. Now, one commenter in particular shared their thoughts on this observation. It's Riri, I think that's her name. But she shared, she's right. These kind of boundaries should be set from the get-go. Also, when you're initially going for a girl, if you want a girl that does it, excuse me. And then this comment from Pick and Grin 1 that says, I wouldn't tell a woman what to wear because I shouldn't have to. If she wants to dress up like she's out there looking for something, then she's going to be out there looking for something. I'm out. Now, in my opinion, the husband's remark, when he said, I have a modest one, encapsulates a potential resolution to the conflict surrounding men's influence over how their partners dress when they go out. Now, if one makes a thoughtful choice in a partner, did you get that? If you make a thoughtful choice in a partner, then future disagreements regarding attire can be minimized. Let me make it plain for you. If you choose well, then things will be well. Oh man, listen, I think I deserve a round of applause right there. Just for that comment. All right. If you choose well, things will be well. So what I'm saying is simply selecting a woman whose style aligns with your preferences from the outset, rather than attempting to impose those preferences later, can significantly reduce tension. Now, as Pick and Grin noted, it is generally unwise to dictate a woman's clothing choices, as such attempts are unlikely to yield positive outcomes. You gotta have an argument. That's now a reoccurring issue I have observed among many men is a lack of discipline. Get this, in our selection process. Did you understand that? But I recently encountered a compelling quote that resonates with this topic. And the quote says, discipline is the ability to prioritize. Discipline is choosing between what you want now and what you want most. So again, it's the ability to prioritize between immediate desires and long-term goals. I want you to heed the wisdom, take heed of the wisdom encapsulated in that quote. Doing so can help you avoid unnecessary headache and heartache. Yes, listen, she looks good now with what she's wearing. But ask yourself, or ask Tory Lanez. Ask him, what do I want most? A provocatively dressed woman, or one who embodies modesty? Your future may very well depend on this choice. Family, listen. We have now come to the end of our show, and I appreciate you for continuing to rock with HeSpoke Fashion. I really enjoyed you all. I apologize for the difficulties there, the technical difficulties there at the beginning. And I hope that you enjoy this show as well. If you like this content, please do me a favor. Hit the like button and share this with someone else. That's it. That's all I have for you tonight. I want you to have a good night, good fashion, and remember, HeSpoke Fashion to you. See you next time. Hope you'll be back to join us. All right? Yeah! Let's go! Leave your questions and comments, and remember, this is HeSpoke Fashion, and I really appreciate you all for watching. Please take time to follow us on Facebook, and if you really like this episode, what do you think? Leave your questions and comments, and remember, this is HeSpoke Fashion, and I really appreciate you all for watching. Please take